I've been in construction my whole life. I started with my dad. He has a family business, and I worked for the family business in construction since I was 15. I never thought I'd do anything else. I just thought I'd work for him till I inherited it someday. It was always the carrot on his stick, so to speak. I started investing last year, beginning of 2016. I did a few deals, I was just trying to figure it all out. And I'd heard of Tom Kroll, heard him on a few podcasts and seen a few videos, and his personality's infectious. Everybody knows it. I mean, the guy's he's amazing. He just grasps you in his videos and things. But I started following him, and in August, I believe it was August 1st, I decided to take the plunge and join with Tom Kroll. Since I started with him, I had only done about 3 deals at that time, if I remember correctly, wholesale deals. Since that time, I'm now up to 22 wholesale deals or so, probably more. Every time I talk to Tom or Cody, they're giving me a new strategy on how to get my revenue up, how to get each deal higher, get more cash buyers, things like that. So, but I'd say I've made, it's easily over $100,000 on those deals. And I actually quit my job February 3rd of this year. So, I mean, that was amazing. Never dreamed I'd do that. With the day job, I had some flexibility. It's family business. I technically got 2 weeks off a year, but it had to be requested. And then I had a very stressful job, to be honest, a very demanding job. I worked 50 to 60 hours a week sometimes. And I made decent money, but I mean, you always had to answer to a boss, always had to answer to your team, always had to answer to somebody, and to just get up and go on a whim, you just really couldn't do that. But me and my wife were talking today, and we're like, can you believe we're in Salt Lake City right now? And I didn't have to tell anybody I was going. I didn't have to ask anybody if I could go. But I work from home. My office is the dining room table. I don't really have an office, but I work at the dining room table. I'm taking phone calls, doing things in there. And I get to see my youngest, my 3-year-old, he's running around the house. And it's just amazing, because to be honest with you, I pretty much missed the younger years of my 2 oldest. I mean, I was at work all the time, and when I got home, I was thinking about work. I just couldn't get it off my mind. But I'm getting to do that because of what I'm doing now, because of Investor Grit, what they've taught me. Because there is that initial cost, but I can say if they have a made-up mind and they know they want it, they'd be dumb if they didn't. I mean, you can't lose. I think I did my first deal. It couldn't have been more than 2 or 3 weeks, but I just did exactly what they told me. When they said jump, I said how high, and when they said how high, that's what I did. I just did it. Because, man, I was reading other forums, and every time I'd read the forum, I'd get a new idea, which honestly was just a new distraction. And when you're trying to do 10 things, you can't do 10 things well. So now I know exactly what I need to do, and that is what they've taught me. And they take away the why, or they take away that uncertainty, because there's many sources out there that are free, and you can, they teach good stuff, but the problem is it's so broad, it's not focused. And what you get with Investor Grit, with Tom Kroll, with Cody, you just get that laser focus. It's do this, ignore everything else. So that alone is why it's been so worth the investment. I have no regrets whatsoever. I'd do it again.